Do not judge your mom based on this one thing because you may be opening up a can that you don't know how to put the lid back on. If this is the only thing, don't lose trust and don't lose hope in your relationship. Hey, it's Monica May with Let's Spill the Tea. It's a safe community that my family and I, my daughter, and now my granddaughters and I have created to just have conversation. Dads have even gotten involved in it too. We do this for girls who are 14 to 21, and we talk about everything. Not only sex and drugs and rock and roll, but we talk about how do you deal with bullies? How do you deal with relationships when you're growing up? When is the right time to start dating? We talk about social media a lot. We talk about financial empowerment. Yeah. We also talk about things like truth, and we share letters that are sent to us. And one of the letters that I wanted to share with you today is titled, "We Are Strangers." And it comes from a young girl. Check it out. Dear Monica, I feel like I don't know my mom at all. I'm 17. And my entire life, she has pushed me to do the best and be perfect for everyone, especially because she wants everyone to see her that way as well. I found out that she was hiding the fact that I have a sister from me because she gave her up for adoption just a couple of years before I was born. I'm not mad because she has a past. I just don't know how to trust her when she tries to make it seem like she has it all together. How can I trust that when I don't? She's got to meet me halfway. Well, things that happened prior to you are really that. They're in the past. Your mom obviously had a reason for sharing that, and I'm not sure what that reason is. I often have questions about adoption. We have adoption in our own family. I encourage people to tell the truth to the entire family early on so that everybody knows. The longer you wait to hold the truth back or to hold what's real back, the harder it is to, you have questions like this. People want to know, why didn't you tell me this before? Does the sister know that she's adopted? There's so many parts of this puzzle right here, but I would like for you to give your mom some grace. And here's why. Your mom only did what she thought was right to do for you and your sister at that time. Now, later on, you feel as if it's backfired and that you can't trust her. Well, has she done anything else that has come out now that you feel like she can't trust you on, or is this the only thing? If this is the only thing, don't lose trust and don't lose hope in your relationship. Again, I really believe mom had a reason, and that really was up to her. That was her business at that time. How does your sister feel? There's so many more parts. It's not just about you. I want you to sit down and maybe you get the conversation started and just the three of you, but you got to make sure that your sister knows that she's been adopted because you may be opening up a can that you don't know how to put the lid back on. So there's a couple of things here. Just again, you're not strangers. Your mom had a life before you. This adopted sister was part of that life. Do not judge your mom based on this one thing. I don't know if you're coming from a single parent household. How does your dad feel about it? How does your grandma feel about it? I understand how it's impacted you, but again, young sis, it's not totally about you. And again, this is not your battle, really. I understand the trust factor, but don't use this as the barometer, the level, the judge all be all to determine that you can't trust your mom, especially if she's been everything that a good mom is. If this is the only thing, you got to look for something else, girlfriend, to come to me because I'm not going to tell you, hate her, just stop, just all out war. No, I'm going to say, love her, love your sister. Adoption was a hard decision for her to make, and she must have felt she needed to do that. So you could actually be a bridge for this whole thing. There's different ways to look at this. But again, I implore you, please do not let this be the thing that turns your relationship around with your mom. She's a good woman if she wanted to adopt. So again, it's not just you in this equation. There's a lot of reasons. And before you go off putting up the flag and crossing everybody off, find out a little bit more. All right. and then come back to me and tell me how much you love your mom, you love your sister, and all of that. Because I don't think this is as big of a deal as you think. I know that it hurts, but don't let this be the barometer for which you judge your mom on, okay? You also mentioned something about, first of all, the fact that you're 17 and all your life your mom has pushed you toward perfection. That has a lot to do with what your mom's imperfections were. And I think if you're 17, you're old enough to start broaching conversations with your mom. So we have something, you see this pillow right here? So you could use this pillow, or you could use a piece of paper until you get the pillow. And you can put that pillow or that piece of paper on your mom's bed. And when she comes in, she has to wash off her day. She has to come and find you. She has to bring you the pillow and say, oh, I found the pillow. What is it you want to talk about? Or vice versa, if she wants to talk with you, you got to get the attitude off your shoulders and go and find mom and say, oh, mom, I found the pillow. What is it you want to talk about? And you have to be the one to open it up and ask her, what is this drive toward perfection? Because it's a heavy burden for you to bear. And if you've been living or trying to live up to that expectation all your life, it's a lot of pressure, and then when we talk about what that does for you, it pushes you towards anxiety. It pushes you towards unfulfillment also, because if there are things that you want to do and say maybe your mom thinks it's not the right thing for you to do, that can cause a cross to bear too. So you have to get to the nut of why your mom is trying to push you towards perfection. Again, opening up the lines of communication is so key. Ask her, Mom, what was missing in your life that you feel the need to push me this hard? I don't want to live up to your expectations. And I have conversations with moms. And in fact, I think what I'll do in the next episode is deal with that, when we put our pressures and the things that we didn't get to do on our daughters and expect them to pick up our mantle. It's not fair. It really is not fair. Imagine if my daughter was really, really, really quiet and I wanted her to be on stages everywhere and every time to talk about everything. And that wasn't her gift. If that's not her gift, that's going to cause anxiety. You've been living your life under an anxious bar. Talk to your mom about it. Remove the bar off of yourself. Begin to develop what your dreams are. So this means you've got to start thinking about who you are. What do you want out of life? What do you want to be known for? That's your legacy. Develop your legacy now and live your life. That's my advice to you. If you've got a question for me, I'm Monica May. Oh, please, you can ask me anything. As you know, I am transparent, open, as they say, as a book, but I say just my life is just yours. So you can hit me up with any questions, info@letsspillthetea.org. Next time I'll tell you why we call it Let's Spill the Tea.